You like it, bud? Good boy, Ross. I have got a beautiful leftover piece of black walnut butcher block. Had an idea to make Rossi a proper food water bowl holder that will be installed right next to the kitchenette. So, here's what I did. Went to Home Depot with JC and we played in the plumbing pipe aisle, and this is what we made. So I've got a whole second set of all these pieces that I got to put together. But basically the idea is 2 flanges get screwed to the tongue and groove pine on the wall. I'm going to cut this so it sits properly in between the 2 brackets, and then cut a food and water bowl hole so that the bowls are recessed inside this beautiful walnut, and Rossi has a really dynamite spot to eat. So that's about it. Okay, so it's definitely a 12-inch depth. So 12 inches is going to give us the back of the wood flush against the inside of the pipe, and then it's going to overhang. So we need to know what the center of this pipe is, so that I can drill a hole and have this come straight up through the wood. That's gonna lock it in place, so when Rossi's eating and drinking like a maniac, the whole piece of block doesn't go tipping over. All right, so we got a jigsaw and we got a table saw on site. So Rossi's dog bowls are gonna get finished up today. Gonna be much, much easier than trying to do it with the router. We're gonna drill a pilot hole in, cut the circle, do the same thing on the other one, cut the circle, and I've got a round over bit for the router that'll round over some of the edges so nothing's too sharp. Then the last thing we gotta do is just drill the 2 holes so that the board can't leave the plumber's pipe mounts that are gonna be mounted to the wall. And then that's it. Then we're gonna go install it. So ready to rock and roll. Let's make some progress. So holes are cut. We've got the round over bit, just tested it on a piece of pine. So instead of having sharp corners where Rossi can hurt himself, we'll have a nice rounded edge. We're gonna do inside of the dog bowls and around the outer edge. Run it through the table saw and we'll be done. We literally need to take off this pencil line and we're there. Yeah, it's the same deal. Here is you want everything tight, but it's also not critical that it's super tight because this is obviously not for gas, so it's not like you're worried about leaks. And you also want to make sure everything fits. So if you go too tight and shorten the threads up, and then you're not centered on your hole, you're going to have problems getting the pipe inside. So she has to get backed out one. There we go. Do some nice one turn. That's caught. That's the first side. Oh, look how nice. Look how nice that is. Awesome. All right, ready for install. So we got a level, we've got our Power Pro screws, and we've got a driver, and that's it. So we're just gonna make sure that the flanges are nice and level. Really to eye, hold it against the wall, make sure everything sits flush, put a level across the top, and then double check it front to back. And then that's it, install's done. We're just waiting for the dog bowls to arrive from Amazon, and we're good to go. You gotta remember too, these walls are not straight, so it's a little extra challenging. So, we've got pine on the wall with lines going around the building. The lines to your eye look level. Whether they are or not is irrelevant. But then when I go to put this on the wall, to get the actual dog bowl level, one of these flanges is gonna be right up under the edge of the pine, and the other one's gonna be down. So even though this is technically perfectly level, it's gonna look really screwed up. So a lot of times in instances like this, where this doesn't really matter if it's perfectly level. The bowls are gonna sit in here. It's not like water's gonna fall out the side, food's not gonna go anywhere. A lot of times I will follow the line that's already in the room so everything looks level, looks proper to the eye, even though technically speaking, it's not. So that's a compromise only you can make. It's a gut check. I'm gonna do my best to do that gut check right now and make sure I'm happy with it. But I don't see how I would do it another way because it's gonna look really screwy and it's not that far out of level. So that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna follow the line. It's already on the wall. Front to back. Rossi eats like a king.